Okay, so let's talk about how to create users in PyroCMS, which is the content management system that is used for the club sports website. So what this would allow you to do is create new users in the system who can then log in and then manage modules like the club sports module, which is found here. So the first thing you would do is log into PyroCMS at clubsports.nnu.edu/admin. And then once you've logged in, you'll see a screen that looks very similar to this dashboard screen here. And then in the left-hand menu, what you can do is all the way down here at the bottom is click on the users module. It looks like a little group of people. And so then that'll bring you to a screen that shows you all of the existing users in the system. And when you want to create a new one, you can just click create a new user right here by clicking the new user button. And then you'll fill out some information like the first name, the last name of the user, the display name. This would be like their full name or something that would be shown on the site. A username, which usually just is like matches their email address or matches their NNU account username. Put their email address in. Make sure you activate the account and make sure the account remains enabled. You can set a password for this account, and then you can choose a role. In this case, you don't really want to make a whole bunch of other admin users or guest users. You would just always assign a new user the role of user. And then at the very top, too, you want to make sure you fill out some profile information. If this person happens to be like the head coach of the women's lacrosse team, for example, you'll want to add a bio here. You can add a thumbnail for that user here, that coach here. Give them a title, women's lacrosse head coach, and then maybe add a phone number. This is optional, I believe, in the system, but you could add a phone number here. Add a bio. And then if you want them to show up on on the coaches page for like women's lacrosse, you can add a tag that's called the coach tag here in the tag section, where it would be like women's lacrosse coach, and then you could hit enter, and that would tag them into the coach page. And that's relative to the sport. So then it could be like men's soccer coach, for example. And you'll just need to make sure that's separated with a dash inside the text here. And then you just hit enter, and you get the kind of a tag applied to a person. And that's what allows them to show up on a coach, to show up on the coaches page. But you could, if you don't enter this information, they won't show up as a coach. Like if you don't tag them in, they could just be a user, like assistant coach or somebody else to go in and modify the content. So once you have a user set, you can just kind of let them know, give them a username and password. That user would come to clubsports.nnu.edu/admin to log in. And then they would see some modules over here, but really they're just going to see the club sports module mostly, which is this one with the little soccer ball. And that's where they can modify a schedule or a roster or announcements for their team or the list of opponents that they'll play. That's a part of the schedule. Yeah, really that gives you the ability to then create a user that can go in and manipulate data for their team.